Well, what's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and here is another episode of my weekly Q&A show, The People's Questions, episode 179. We actually got a good number of questions this time around, including one newbie, and they all seem to revolve around gaming, which is a plus for me. So jumping right into the first question coming from the first newbie of this episode, going by the name of Nova Knives, which I think is a pretty badass name, and you wanted to know, what Joker has been my favorite? It's pretty hard to call, but Mark Hamill's Joker is definitely much more classic and one I grew up with more. But I have to say Heath Ledger's Joker was something I really was not expecting, because for the first time, his performance and his portrayal of the Joker actually made me believe in the Joker, which is something that none of the Jokers that I've seen, or nor do I think Jared Leto's Joker will be able to do. So, although I very much cherish Mark Hamill's Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker to this date is still my favorite. Going on to the next three questions coming from thighnappingsniper, and you want to know, do I think there will ever be a modern day Assassin's Creed game? They could attempt something like that, but it would be so different. I mean, you wouldn't be using swords. You'd probably be using mostly guns, because who really tries to assassinate anyone with blades or knives or swords these days? So it would just feel like a completely different game. It would feel more like something like Splinter Cell. In fact, I would even go so far as to say like Splinter Cell is a modern day version with Assassin's Creed, just without the convoluted storyline. Your next question is, do I think the new Destiny bundle, the Taken King limited console, is worth getting? You know something? I saw that console. I want that sucker so bad. I mean, I had an opportunity to buy the Arkham Knight PlayStation 4 console, but I decided to buy it for my brother, which I'll be sure to show you guys when I go see him probably later on next month. But yeah, I really want that console. As far as I know, they're not selling it in the US, which I'm a little bit upset about, but yeah, I am in the market looking for a second backup PlayStation 4, and if I could really pick any other ones besides the Metal Gear Solid one, which sadly, why isn't it coming into the States, I have no idea, I would definitely get that one, even though I wouldn't play Destiny. I just want it for the console design. And your last question is, how do I feel about Horizon, the new PlayStation exclusive, in terms of story and gameplay? Well, in terms of story, it's going to be very, very interesting, being kind of set in like a Native American time, but it's kind of in the future because they're mixing animals with machines, and you're kind of playing as like a Native American tribe which is trying to survive. So in terms of the story, I think it's going to be unlike anything that we've ever seen before. In terms of gameplay, it looks like you're maybe semi-open world platformer, which is something like Uncharted, which is a game I very much enjoy. So I think both those aspects are going to work out very, very well. The next question comes from AWig22, and you want to know, what is my biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve about people is I don't respect anyone who can't respect other people's opinions, even if they're different from yours. I know that a lot of you guys, in terms of games, movies, have much different tastes, and I very much respect that about you guys. And as long as you respect my choices and decisions, then I don't got any problem with you. The next two questions come from atlasultima, and you want to know, have I ever played Resident Evil Outbreak? No, I have not. I didn't get a chance to play any of the original games till after I beat Resident Evil 5, so no, I never got a chance to play the Outbreak series. Your next question is, what is my opinion on the Legend of Zelda series? I think the older games are much, much better. I personally don't think there's really been a great Zelda game since maybe Majora's Mask, which some people didn't like that when I personally did. But yeah, I just don't think there's been a really good one. I mean, I didn't think Wind Waker was all that great. Twilight Princess, I didn't think that was all that great. So yeah, you know, the past, just ironically, seems to be a lot brighter than its present, in my opinion, in terms of the Zelda series. The next two questions come from William Lowry, and you want to know, do I own a Wii? I used to own a Wii, but I gave it away. Your next question is, Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper? Definitely Coca-Cola. Something about Dr. Pepper, just it has like a really funny aftertaste, and it kind of ruins anything else I taste, like for a good hour. So definitely Coca-Cola. And your last question is, one second. Am I going to be either playing either Rock Band or Guitar Hero live when it comes out? Well, William, I'm already playing Guitar Hero, so yeah, I guess I got that one already set. The next question comes from Deafening Giraffes. You want to know, have you ever thought about making a podcast? You know, I looked into that a little bit. I'm just not sure about the concept of a podcast. I mean, don't really understand. I mean, you want me to do like a really long video where I'm just talking about stuff? I mean, I can do that in a normal video. So I'm not really sure what makes a podcast any different from a normal video. So, yeah, and I don't know. I just don't quite see the point or what's the difference, really. The next two questions come from crhgaming, and you want to know, do I like waffles? Yes, of course I do. The next question is, do I like Minecraft? I'm not really a big Minecraft fan myself. However, I can respect it's very, very creative, and it's definitely something that I would suggest that younger gamers would certainly enjoy playing in modern gamer time, I would say. And the last question is, do I own a PS2? I used to own a PS2, but I traded it away to get a specific game, which I greatly regret, and I would happily like to go out and buy another PlayStation 2 so I can go back and play some of my old school PlayStation 2 games, which are still over there. The last set of questions and the closing questions for this episode come from JDS4696, and you want to know, have I seen Justice League Gods and Monsters? Yes, I have. I thought it was reasonably good. There were definitely a couple things about it that I thought could have worked better, but if you would like me to do a full review on it, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get it up as soon as I can. Your next question is, do I think the new poster art from Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is too bloody? No, I didn't think it was too bloody. I've seen worse things. But apparently the whole concept of being covered in blood is going to play such a major part that, you know, I guess the whole image of blood, it seems to be very, you know, necessary for that poster. And the last question is, am I a Castlevania fan? I can't really say I am. The only Castlevania I've beaten is Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo and Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation. Those seem to be, from what I've heard, those seem to be everybody's favorite. Some people pick Symphony of the Night, some people pick Super Castlevania, and it's a dead tie for me. I've gone back and played those games, and they are still awesome to this day. And for that, those are all the questions that you guys sent for this particular episode. If you guys have any more questions you'd like me to answer in episode 180 next week, be sure to type them in the comments down below, but make it into me before next Wednesday, before I start filming this. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.